What's swaggin' players? It's your boy StaxMontana, man, and who remember these, bro? Like, you remember these right here? Y'all don't mind if I get my grub on while I do this, right? You know what I'm saying? I just gotta smack up this. Gotta smack that up right quick. But last night, some news dropped about 2K. You know your boy gotta go ahead and deliver it. So here we go. We gotta go and drop the news. What's his name? Ronnie and Smooth was streaming last night, and they were talking about 19. So I have a list of things somebody made. Fear Grizzly. I could barely tell, but I'm trying to give credit. I'm gonna put it up on the screen too, so y'all can see it. Boom, 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 boom. All right. So that guy made this thing, pretty much summing up all of the news that that dropped. So I'm just gonna read off some of the stuff on here, and then I'm just gonna give my thoughts on what I think about it and stuff like that. So bear with me, be patient. We got some gems on here. At first glance, looking at it, I noticed a lot of things have not changed about the game, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's always good to transfer over some of the things that make a game good into the new game, you know what I'm saying? And then build onto that. Use that as a foundation and build onto that. So using some stuff from previous games or the last game isn't necessarily a bad thing. I just want to put that out there by saying that. But like I said, I noticed they did use a lot of the previous stuff. So anyway, let's start at the very top of the list. It says to get to 85 overall. Y'all already know this is something that they did last year, which pretty much alludes to the same rep system. And listen, the way the rep system is today, I know people wanted it like 17 to where you got like all-star or a legend or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But the way they doing it now is based on overall, not necessarily a rep, but really just your overall. So it's kind of impossible to keep that same rep or overall moving to a new player if it's based off the overall of that player, you know what I'm saying? So it seemed like you're gonna have to create multiple players this year as well, like you did last year, and not have the same rep. You're gonna have to build each one up individually. Not necessarily a bad thing for a person like me that made multiple players this year. It wasn't necessarily something I wanted to do, but in order to make my guy better, I felt motivated to do it. So if you a person like me, then you're pretty much cool with that. It doesn't really matter. But back to what I was saying, to get to 85 overall, the same way it was last year, it's gonna cost 190K roughly. It's just about, I don't know if it varies depending on your archetype that you choose or whatever, but it varies. 190,000 VC, and I've seen a lot of people on Twitter freaking out about that, and to that I have to say it was literally the same thing like this year. It was like literally the same thing, and I know 190,000 is a lot of VC to spend at once, but like sometimes you gotta think about it. Is it worth it? Is it worth just going ahead and getting that 85 overall now? Or, and I know a lot of people don't have VC or the money to get VC or blah, 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 but, it's a part of the game, fam, and at this point, I don't know what to say. So 190K to get to 85 overall, pretty much the same as last year. Gonna move on. So the progression bar in MyCareer and MyPark, not really sure what that means, but I'm guessing it's probably the same thing where you can see how far you got to get to the next overall or whatever, how you had the percent set up and stuff like that. I'm just guessing. I don't know for sure, so I'm just speculating right now. A big thing right here, you can change clothes on the spot, or while standing at the park, which is exactly what we needed, fam. We needed that. I got tired of going all the way to the closet and coming all the way back to go to it was too much. It was literally too much. So the fact that you can change the clothes, and I know it's a feature that they had in the game before, but like I said, it's not always a bad thing when you bring old features to a new game. So they brought that feature back to 19, and like I said, you bring all of the good features from previous games, you put it into one game, and you make it lovely. So you can change your clothes. You no longer have to go to the closet. Now, I don't necessarily know if this is for like Pro-Am clothes as well. You had to go to the closet if you wanted to change your Pro-Am accessories and stuff like that. Pro-Am shoes. So you might still have that closet implemented into the game. But as far as like park clothes, I'm guessing you're good to go. You can change those whenever you want to. And it also said that they added plenty of new clothes. So hopefully we get some some real life Adidas style clothes, like Adidas hats and stuff like that. Some real life Jordan style clothes. You know what I'm saying? Like the Adidas sweatsuits. Some Puma would be fire. I ain't even gonna flip. I'll rock some Puma. I won't hoop in the shoes, but I'll rock some Puma. You feel me? That'd be pretty dope. So it said multiple games will be played in the China storyline of MyCareer. And what I'm hoping is that is just what the prelude is. The China games is what the prelude. Listen, sometimes less is more, all right? And when I say that, I mean this. Sometimes it's good to take it back to the basics where you pretty much just worked out draft combine. Boom, did summer league. Boom, and then decided, all right, you are trash. Now you got to go overseas. Or you are trash. Now you got to go to China. Not being forced to go to China and stuff like that. Like, I'm liking what the storyline is about because I always like a good story in the games because it keeps you interested. It keeps you focused in, locked in. You learn a lot about the other characters around you. But it's like, I'm kind of getting tired of the point that, like, our players are never good enough to make it to the league. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I want to be able to make it to the league, fam. I want to get drafted. I miss being able to get drafted. I know a lot of people like to be able to choose your own team, pick your own team. I'm kind of old-fashioned when it comes to that. I like to get drafted. I like that whole aspect. Going to a messed up franchise, trying to turn it around. It's always pretty dope to me. Any up in stage will be in 2K19. So if anybody was worried about that, any up in stage will be back. Pure Playmakers will have 7 Hall of Fame badges. Now, the way they were talking about badges in that live stream, it made it seem like the badges for certain archetypes, like dual archetypes and stuff like that, were going to be really different. So if you are pure this year, I feel like being a pure, you're really going to stand out and excel at that thing that you do. And it'll be noticeable that you are pure this year. So which is really dope. You're going to have some excellent badges. And those 7 Hall of Fame badges for a pure playmaker. I don't know what it could be. I got Dimer, Fence, Flashy Passer, Live City Passer, Pick and Roll Maestro, maybe Break Starter, Ankle Breaker. I don't know. I'm just going off the top of my head. But those are 7 Hall of Fame badges for pure playmakers. So that's pretty dope. I wonder how many like badges pure shot creators or pure slashers are going to have. You know, it should be dope. There are more ways to get VC in this NBA 2K19. So for those who are worried about how I'm going to get VC, how I'm going to make VC, they say there are multiple ways to be able to get VC, which is dope. Yeah, man, because you ever been trying to cop something right quick, like some shoes from the Foot Locker store or whatever, you might have been like 1,000 VC short, and you don't really want to play a whole MyCareer game, or you don't feel like spending $5 to get 5,000 VC when you only need 1,000. So it seems like they have things to kind of work those type of things out, which is really dope. And I'm looking forward to seeing what those other ways are. Also say exclusive NBA 2K19 Pro-Am news to be revealed Saturday. So make sure you guys are tuned in Saturday. I'm guessing it's going to be on 2K Twitch channel. Not really sure. I'll give you guys updated info on that. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. You can see all the potential badges when creating a player. You don't only get to see the primary badges, you get to see all of the potential badges. And potential is a word. It's a word. So potential, I don't know. Maybe the potential is just being used as badges that you can obtain. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody might not obtain all the badges. So potential badges that you can obtain. But potential can also mean you might be able to get badges outside of your archetype, which is kind of game breaking to me because you don't want pure glass cleaners in the corner with corner specialist. You don't really want that because it's going to make them hit a lot more threes where they shouldn't be hitting. But anyway, so you'll be able to see all the badges now when creating your player, which is dope. I wonder if you get to see what tier each badge gets to when also creating your player, which would also be like extra help, man. I would love to see when creating my player, if I make them 6'9", if my ankle breaker goes to silver, but if I make them 6'8", my ankle breaker goes to gold. I would like to see, you know what I'm saying, the differences in that. So attribute rating numbers don't show when I'm grading a player, but that can change. I don't know if they're saying, but they can change it, like they can patch it, or you can turn the option on and off. So pretty much what it's saying is when you're upgrading your player, just like it was last year when the game first dropped, you can't see exactly what your attributes are going to until I guess you purchase it, and then go ahead and look at your attributes through, you know, other different ways to do that. But I don't really like that. I'm not gonna flex. I don't really like that. I would love to see exactly what I'm getting because a person like me, I like to create multiple builds, multiple heights, multiple weights, multiple everything, just so I can know I'm getting the best thing out of what I want to do on the court. And being able to see what my attributes can actually go to, it goes a long way when doing that. So definitely, hopefully they can change that. I definitely would love to see my attributes when upgrading my player, bro. I need to see that. See, shot creators have an efficient 3-point rating depending on your art selection. So that is something that I always wanted. Like, shot creator, you're a shot creator. You create shots, man. You should be able to shoot, not as well as sharps, obviously, but you know, you should be able to shoot. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that a lot, like shot creators, I feel like got dumbed down a lot. From 17 to 18, I feel like they got dumbed down a lot. So I feel like them being able to shoot threes now is pretty good. I feel like shot creator was starting to take over. Like as far as mixed builds this year, shot creators were taking over. So I feel like this might be another year shot creators gonna be taking over, just for the fact that they can hit them threes now. Defensive builds will not ruin the offensive spacing as much as 2K19. So not sure what that means. I guess that's more for the pro-am people out there. You know what I'm saying? Ruin offensive spacing. Pretty much, I guess, saying that they couldn't do anything on offense. So they kind of was like in the paint a lot or whatever. So I guess it won't ruin the spacing. Each player has its own separate overall. So going back to what I was saying about the same rep system, you can't, you know, every time you create a player, it's gonna have a new overall. Gonna start all over and build them up like that. So each player has its own separate overall. But this right here is important news for me. This right here is important news for me, and I hope it actually works. It says you can earn badge progression while in the prelude, which makes me think the China part of the storyline is probably what the prelude is gonna be all about. You feel me? And the fact that you can earn badges doing that is really dope, because you're putting in so much work and not getting anything out of it. Being able to get them badges straight, that's gonna go a long way. So shout out to them for go ahead and adding that into the game. Definitely needed that, but the reason why I was saying I hope it works, because when I did my prelude, I think it was 17. When I loaded up the game, I had to literally start over. My prelude player could not transfer over. I don't know why, but I had to start all the way over. Another thing, I wonder if you're gonna be able to redo the prelude over and over and over again to see how good you can get, because I know a lot of people probably gonna use the prelude simply just to grind badges, you know what I'm saying, get a head start for when a game comes out. So that would be pretty dope. And another one, the last piece of news we have right here, badges will be harder to get and it would take more time to unlock badges in 19, which, you know, not necessarily what people want to do. Nobody really wants to work harder than they already had to work before, but it kind of creates a bigger skills gap, and I think overall that's what people want, a bigger skills gap. By that I mean, like, if you play this game a lot and you want to be good at this game, you're going to put in the time to get those badges versus somebody that's just casually playing who's probably not going to put in all of that time to get those badges. Obviously, your boy, I'm going to put that time and I'm going to get them badges, but that's pretty much wraps it up right there. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments, man. I think this is some good stuff that they are doing this year. The only thing I really had a problem with is the fact that you won't be able to see your ratings when upgrading your player, but it said, but that can change. Hopefully the community can speak out like they did last year and let them know that's not what we want. We don't want that. We want to be able to see exactly what the number is when we're upgrading stuff. We want to be able to see all of that stuff. And yo, that's pretty much it, man. Let me know what you guys think about all of this news down below in the comments, man. I think we got some heat. I think 19 is gonna be a pretty good year, bro. I'm praying that 19 is gonna be a pretty good year. I know after 18, a lot of people wasn't really feeling it, but I feel like we gotta give 2K a chance, man. Because 18, if you think about it, NBA 2K 18 is I know a lot of people talk trash about the other 2K games, but 18 is the one that people really went crazy on, was going crazy talking about that game, and you've seen a decline on it all across Twitter, YouTube, and stuff like that. So I feel like we gotta give 2K a chance with 19, man. And hopefully it's solid. Hopefully it's fire. Actually, not even solid, but fire. I wonder what they're gonna be doing with the neighborhood, all of that other stuff they got going on, man. It's gonna be dope. Like I said, leave your suggestions. Leave your thoughts down below in the comments. We're gonna be checking that out, replying to a few of them. Also, follow me on my social media. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Go ahead and like this video for more NBA 2K19 news. And until next time, players, real fans, stay up and I am out. Swag team, bro. Zombie gang, go. Yeah.